Happy Thursday. The Washington State University fan base has been hit hard this week. First, star quarterback John Mateer and 20 of his teammates leave for the transfer portal. Then, head coach Jake Dickert leaves to take a job at Wake Forest. Director of Athletics Ann McCoy says while it's disappointing, it's also part of the new landscape universities like WSU are having to negotiate.
A lot of what we're experiencing right now feels a lot like kind of the new world of college athletics and football. And I think it's easy to get sucked into all of the changes and everything that we've had happen in the last, we'll just say week or two, on top of, the last year or two. But I have just been reminded time and time again in meeting with our current players and coaches that are still here and hearing from so many of our former players and former coaches. It just reminds me what an amazing place Washington State University is. And while change sometimes can be frustrating or difficult or create uncertainty, I'm a strong believer that change brings about the opportunity for new beginnings.
The Cougars canceled practice yesterday in the wake of the news concerning Dickert's departure. Assistant coach Pete Kaligas has been tasked with leading the team into next week's Holiday Bowl. He says he and the staff will try to make it the best week possible.
My message to them was, I know who we are. We're going to play this game. And I'm going to give you everything that I have in the next 9 days. That when you look back in 10 years, you'll go, wow, that was a very special time and I didn't realize it, but how much I learned from the staff, from the week, because you care about these guys so much. And I'm sorry, I'm transparent when it comes to emotion. I know I guess one thing I always got to work on, but I just love them so much. And I want them to have everything. I want them to have everything in the next 8 days.
Washington State faces Syracuse in the DirecTV Holiday Bowl next Friday at 5 o'clock. That'll be on Fox TV. Well, the 300th meeting between Washington and Washington State men's basketball programs went the way of the Huskies last night. The University of Washington outpaced its cross-state rival 89-73 behind 21 points from DJ Davis. Also, number 13 Gonzaga got off to a slow start in the kennel last night, but rebounded to beat Nichols 102-72. Braden Huff led the way with 25 points, while Graham Ike had 20. The Husky women also victorious last night. They downed North Dakota State 65-51 as Savas Sellers had 18 points. Two games on tap tonight at 6 o'clock, both available on ESPN Plus as Washington State visits San Diego while Gonzaga plays at San Francisco. Well, the Seattle Kraken begin a 4-game road trip around the holiday break next week. The Blackhawks are the host team tonight as the Kraken will drop the puck in the United Center. That's underway on Kong TV. We continue our glimpse inside the Wenatchee Bighorns this week with the return of a familiar face. Chris Cromartie returns as the Bighorns point guard and has added Director of Basketball Operations to his title. Cromartie returns despite the unrest that occurred at the end of last season with the head coach and a few players walking out right before the playoffs. Cromartie says returning was a no-brainer for him because of ownership.
Once again, I can't say it enough. Sean Cootright is an excellent guy, excellent owner, maybe even sometimes too nice. That's why I get to step in and say no sometimes. But yeah, we had a conversation at the end of the season or before it happened, and we pretty much connected then. And I saw a man who was actually here for his team. Regardless of what he was going through, people don't see the other side of it. We don't know, all sides of the story. And from my understanding, he was still willing to do anything that he needed for us as the team, as a player, as an individual. So that's the part that made me stick around and want to come back.
Cromartie says he and head coach Matthew Riley are assembling a team that will light up the court, on the court, as well as in the community.
A high-intensity game, man. Just a lot of talent, a lot of entertainment, great personalities that's going to show on and off the court, and just an all-out show. A great experience, pretty much. The professional side of basketball means a lot. The fans mean a lot. The community means a lot. And a lot of times basketball, we get away from that. We get away from what we're doing for the team, for people that are not just like ourselves or not fortunate or whatever the case is, showing that people have a reason, can have a why and stuff like that. You know, people can live their dreams out, basically. So the bigger picture is basically a successful season, of course. And success for us looks like winning the championship. Success for us looks like bringing something back to the Wenatchee community that they can look forward to see and come play and come and watch us every weekend, weekday, whenever we have games, you know, just to give back pretty much is the biggest thing.
Cromartie says one of the big selling points for potential recruits to play for the Bighorns has everything to do with owner Sean Cooprider.
I communicate with all the players and tell them that they're in a great experience. So me being the player that I am and the professional that I am, I've been through situations where, you know, you get into the wrong crowd or the wrong people or the wrong owners, and Sean Cooprider isn't that. Any of the organization isn't that. The biggest thing is about how much they care.
Cromartie, Coach Riley, and owner Sean Cooprider are solidifying the schedule for next season in the TBL and are busily selling tickets and sponsorships in the community. The Bighorns expect to play 12 games at home at W.B. Smith Gymnasium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College between March and June. Well, let's get a look at the prep girls basketball scoreboard from last night. Omak edged Chelan 59-57. Lake Roosevelt topped Odessa 42-30. Moses Lake Christian won a close one over Bridgeport 53-51. Girls scheduled today at Bridgeport had Bridgeport facing Odessa earlier today at Moses Lake Christian. Eastmont's hosting Wenatchee. Manson visits Liberty Bell while Moses Lake Christian hosts Lake Roosevelt, and Soap Lake visits Republic. Omak is on the road at Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. On the boys' floor last night, Chelan beat Omak 54-46. Odessa took down Garden City Academy 63-42. Moses Lake Christian beat Bridgeport 62-50. Garden City Academy was to face Bridgeport earlier today at Moses Lake Christian. Omak traveling to Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Eastmont hosts Wenatchee tonight at 7, while Thorpe plays at Ephrata. Liberty Bell hosts Manson at 7:30, while Soap Lake's at Republic, and Odessa plays at Moses Lake Christian. Of course, the first of 3 meetings between Eastmont and Wenatchee will be streamed on NCWLIFE Channel's Facebook page tonight. Wildcats and Panthers girls start at 5:30. The boys follow at 7 o'clock. Grant Olson will be courtside with your play-by-play. The boys game will air on TV tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The girls game will air Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock on TV. The prep wrestling schedule tonight includes Eastmont at Sunnyside. Moses Lake is hosting West Valley, and Grandview wrestles at Ephrata. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.